watching Pease Academy. The news today is brought to you by Alyssa
and Edith.
Welcome to the Cyber Tiger News Show, where we bring you today's newscast. This is Tuesday, January 21st, 2020. Welcome to the 93rd day of school.
Now for today's weather report.
Today is expected to be mostly cloudy. The high will be 52 degrees Fahrenheit. The low this evening is projected to be 38 degrees Fahrenheit with a 40% chance of rain. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Jada. What's on the menu today?
The menu today is chicken and waffles, carrots, tater bucks, and mandarin oranges.
The quote of the week is, do the right thing even when no one is looking.
At this time, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance for the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one indivisible. Now for a moment of silence. Let's go over to our Ed Corner.
This week we'll focus on inferencing. An inference is an educated guess. It's when you use what you already know and the information or clues you have to reach a conclusion. Let's watch this video.
This video is all about making inferences. By the end of this video, you will be able to define the word inference, define textual evidence, read closely in a text to make inferences, You might be asking, what is an inference? The fact is, you make inferences every single day, usually without even realizing it. For example, if you sit down next to your best friend at lunch and she moves to another table, you might infer that she is angry at you, or that you smell funny. Or, if you get home from school and your dog jumps up and starts licking your face at the door, you can infer that he is happy to see you. Basically, an inference is an educated guess based on the evidence that is right in front of us, combined with our past experiences. Inferences are definitely required in everyday life, but they are also required when we are reading, watching movies, and even listening to music. In your notes, list 3 inferences that you can make from this picture. Good job! Good readers are constantly making inferences as they read literature or informational texts. This is because writers don't always tell us everything explicitly. They want us to think a little bit about what we are reading. For example, read the following paragraph with me as I read it aloud. Katie was excited about tonight. Happily, she put on her big red shoes and bright yellow outfit. Her mom helped Katie paint her face with a big red circle on each cheek. Just before Katie ran out the door to meet her friends, she attached her large squeaky nose and placed a bright blue pointy hat on top of her head. She grabbed an empty bag and went out into the night. Notice that this paragraph never tells us explicitly that Katie is going out trick-or-treating for Halloween, but we immediately make that inference because of the details that the author has provided. The author tells us that Katie's mom is helping her to paint her face white with big red circles.
Back to our ad corner for the book of the day.
My brother Martin, a sister remembers. Gather around and listen as I share childhood memories of my brother, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I am his older sister and I've known him longer than anyone else. I knew him long before the speeches he gave and the marches he led and the prizes he won. I even knew him before the dream that would change the world. Do you want to know what happens next, make sure to check this book out in the library so you can read it and find out what happens. Back to the studio.
This concludes this edition of the Secretary News. This is Edith signing off.
And Alyssa signing off. Weather was by Jada. Ed Corner was by Saul and JT. Switcher was Natalie. Sound was Ruby. And Boom Mic was Damien. And our director, Miss Espinosa.
Tune in tomorrow for another exciting edition of the Secretary News.
Have a terrific day!